Hey friends, I'm Laura Malone and I'm obsessed with all things coaching. Self-coaching, life coaching, specific niche coaching, all of it. For 20 years, I've been a traveling, homeschooling, full-time ministering, multi-passionate mom who finally decided to take the dream of starting my own business off of that top shelf. I realized that what I'd been doing all my life was called coaching. Then I found out it could be both ministry to those around me and a business blessing. Now I'm sharing everything I've learned over the years as coach, entrepreneur, and imperfect human who's still in process. I'm inviting you to my table laid out with a feast of spirit-led strategies, tangible tools, growth God's way, and clarity about your callings in life. So get ready to become the hero in your own story and an amazing guide to others. And now, enjoy the show. Hello, friends. I'm sitting here watching my hummingbird out my window. I love him so much. He's so pretty. He's got kind of like a emerald green back, but it's lighter, and he's so friendly. I encourage you to get a hummingbird feeder and put them everywhere. Don't do what I did. Get one that has a little ring around the bottom so they can actually land. And I think you'll be doing them a favor. It gives them a place to rest. And they can drink the nectar, just sugar water. But they can drink it while they're resting. And you actually get to watch them. I did not get one with the ring. So I'm going to rig it and find a way to, super glue a ring to it or something. And I hope that the glue holds, because then I would have to watch the hummingbird fall. And yeah, that's not part of the plan. Speaking of plans, today I want to share with you about planning, because, the last two episodes have been about time management process, getting organized, putting things on the calendar, and, just making planning a part of your life, a wise part of your life. But I want to also hit the point of the difference between planning and controlling, because planning can be such a blessing. It can help lead us and guide us to results. And at the same time, if it's used wrongly, out of timing, or in unhealthy ways, it can rob us when our desire for the plan becomes something that leads us more than God does. When we want our plan and our way to happen more than we want God's plan and His way. And then that causes planning and processes, all of that, everything that I have just taught in the past two episodes, it can cause all of those things to become idols if they're used wrongly. So following our plan without listening in to the strategy room in heaven can steal from His plan for us. And though He is so good in leading us in His way, when our souls are resistant to His leading, we can be downright resistant to letting Him have the pencil or the reins or whatever that thing is that we have an iron grip on. So how are we to do this? We recognize that our soul, we have permission to plan and organize and pave a path. God doesn't ever tell us to not make or follow a map. He simply asks for us to come to Him with our plans and submit them to Him. This requires intentionally spending time with Him, not just 10 minutes in the morning with a quick, bless my plans today, Lord. It's throughout the day, as we're turning corners and changing things up and holding on to what we believe is the right way to go. Our consistent surrender to Him and His judgment of our plans, that's how we move towards alignment with Him. And we're not going to, be headed in a straight line 100% of the time. And He's not even asking that of us. In fact, the plan to never be outside of God's plan is just one more method of trying to be in control. Proverbs 19:21 says that many are the plans of the mind of a man, but It is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. He knows that we're going to be out of alignment. He knows we're going to stray off of a path. This is, how he knows that we need a savior. We can't live life being perfect, because if we did, we wouldn't need him. We'd be able to make our own way. And, really, what kind of life is that? One where I don't need Jesus? I want to need him, and I want to be led by him. I need a lamb to guide me and a lion to protect me. I want someone to submit to and trust in and hope in and to follow, because there's nobody on the planet who can lead me and make my path clear for me like he can. And the other day I hit a wall emotionally. Life was just hard and painful, and I had kind of suffered like a last straw moment in my heart, right? I felt hurt by my people, which means I looked mad, because sad is harder for me. Sad is like my fifth nature, not my second. And even saying it's my fifth nature is probably aggressive. So if I'm hurt, I feel injustice, and that is something that raises my mad flag higher than any sad flag that I own could ever be raised. So then my people don't want to approach me because I don't look approachable. I look crazy. And that look in my eye, it doesn't lead to hugs and kindness. No, they start running away like deer flying through my backyard when my neighbor's dog starts yapping. So in this moment, I realized what I wanted. I wanted skin on. I wanted to be held. I wanted to know I was going to be okay. And I told my husband, I want my grandma. Now, she passed when I was like 22, but she had been my rock. She was Jesus to me before I ever met him. And her love guided me and held me. She knew how to let me walk my path while always somehow showing up right next to me on my path when I needed her. And since I've really been on my own since like 15, she was kind of like a lantern that I needed to know would be there in order to help me find my way, right? And I'm sharing this because as adults, when we hit hard moments, or even when we just face a decision, we don't have people to tell us what to do and how to do it anymore. Yeah, we have bosses and pastors and still parents who want us to do certain things, and even bossy friends, but it's different than when we were children and the responsibility fell to parents who told us the plan for the day, put the gas in the car, told us how to behave, and gave us the stink eye or worse when we were out of line. But now as adults, we have to make our own way, and there's just not always the help we feel like we need, help with skin on. It's just pretty exhausting to have all this responsibility on our shoulders, and most times nobody to talk it out with or to walk alongside as we figure it out. But God, basically, but God. Because in those moments when I want my grandma to sit next to me, to hold me, to look me in my eye and tell me she believes in me and who I am without me needing to change myself, that she loves me unconditionally, I have found if I'll just stop and take a minute or 30, I can go to a quiet place in my spirit and find Jesus. And I close my eyes, or I keep my eyes open and I imagine him sitting in front of me. And you know what? Every time I come to him, he's there. And I feel his presence, and we have conversations, and he gives me more than grandma ever could have. He sees me. He knows why I'm mad. He knows how to find the sad underneath all of it. He knows I'm trying to plan things and they keep not working out. And sometimes he knows, one side of it is I'm holding too tightly to the plan. And then other times he knows why I can't commit to a plan. His compassion for me and my story is overwhelming. and He knows how to lead me on my path alongside Him. So here's what I'm saying. Obviously, I'm all for planning. I am for you personalizing your plans and going about things in a way that uniquely works for you. But there is a Father in heaven who's given you Jesus to talk to anytime you need to, so that you can know how He sees your plan. We might not be kids anymore, but we are still children. And we have a father and a brother and a nurturer who will lead us if we turn to them. So in those moments where your planning has really become a form of control, His compassion, it will heal you and lead you to let go. And you realize you don't really want that much power and responsibility to hold the world up anyway. And you know it's true when He tells you your shoulders were not meant to carry it all. Your mind wasn't created to control it all. And your heart, it wasn't meant to bear it all. And He's with you and beside you. And even when you don't see it, He's the one in control, even when you think you are. So let your spirit rise up and remind your soul of who He is, that He is your calendar. He is your scheduler. He is the greatest planner. He's not just a wedding planner. He's a life planner. He's a party planner. He's a grieving planner. He is the one who knows the plan. And we have to keep turning back to Him and let the Spirit within you inform the plan of your soul to take it to God throughout the day. And let the first things first time management process from the last 2 episodes, let that be submitted to Him and informed by Him and shifted by Him. Ask Holy Spirit to show you what He wants to put on your calendar. Ask God what His tasks and projects are. Ask Jesus to schedule divine appointments and interventions and play dates for you. Proverbs 16:3 says that commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established. When you submit your plans to God, it is not a guarantee that you won't take a left too soon or you won't keep walking past that turn He took back there, or you think He took. It just means that no matter what plan you follow, He's with you and you can find Him, and He's always whispering to you that you can still get to where you're going. It's not too late, because it is not the plan that ensures your path or your success. It is the one who's walking next to you that does that. Until next time, friends. Are you ready to become a hero in your own story by investing in yourself through life coaching? Are you looking to become an amazing guide to others by becoming a coach or up-leveling your current practice? Then check out sterlingandstonementoring.com to see how we can work together. And don't forget, it's really easy to say thanks if any of this free content has been a blessing to you just by leaving a quick written review over on Apple Podcasts. And thank you in advance.